Live to Orange Beach, Alabama. You can just see it is a gray day. It's a cloudy day, but look carefully at the surf and just how rough it is. And that speaks to those winds that Kim has been telling us about. This, of course, all because of Tropical Storm Bertha.
The waves look angry.
They do.
And not beach weather.
No, the camera's rattling a little bit as well. So what are we going to expect as that gets closer to Houston? Well, I've got future track wind gusts for us, and I've got future track rain totals. I think those are the big talkers, right? What people want to know when it comes to what is going to happen as Bertha tracks closer to Texas. Well, right now, it is expected to make a landfall near the New Orleans coastline around lunchtime. So between 12 and 2 o'clock, I think that's what's going to happen. So there's the center. Once that center crosses through land, that is technically the landfall, but notice most of the convection right now is well south of there. So while technically they will have seen Bertha approach, I don't think there's going to be much by way of shower activity. I think there will be some wind, and again, we're watching the rough surf. That's why there are tropical storm watches and warnings in effect for Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. It's the force of the wind piling the waves and giving that potential for some coastal beach erosion. Tropical storm watch in effect all the way through the end of the Louisiana coastline, and that's because it's supposed to maintain tropical storm strength through its exit towards Louisiana and into Texas. Notice it starts entering Texas by Thursday morning. I think most of our impacts here in Houston are going to be on Thursday. We could see some lingering showers through early Friday, but by that point it is done. So, like I said, we're monitoring this mostly for tomorrow. Coastal wind gusts are going to get up to around 40 miles an hour, and the rain totals ½ an inch to 1.5 inches for most of us. I think some of us are going to see a little less than that. I think a few of us could get closer to 2 inches. I'll show you who gets what. So 40 mile an hour wind gusts for the Louisiana coastline. That's going to be felt at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then as Bertha gets close to Galveston, near 40 mile an hour wind gusts, that's going to be 24 hours later, 4 p.m. on our Thursday. Then Bertha continues closer towards Corpus and then near 40 mile an hour wind gusts there, but that will be for Friday. So very steady, very consistent as Bertha continues gliding along the Gulf Coast states. Forecast rain totals. So all in all, a lot of us are going to see about 1/4 inch of rain. So close to 2/10 for Conroe, close to 3/10 for downtown, close to 1/4 for Sugar Land. There are a couple ½ inch totals in there. So Galveston, Angleton, and then there are some isolated areas that are going to pick up closer to 2 inches. I think that's the immediate coastline from Matagorda, potentially up towards Brazoria. But all in all, very manageable rain. Like I said, this isn't really a rainmaker, Bertha, because most of the energy is well offshore in the Gulf. Right now, our shore shot looks like this, 80 degrees in Galveston. It feels like 86. I'm talking about the temperature because that is something we're going to have to track very carefully today. So it's 81 right now, but very soon we're going to jump up into the mid 90s by 11 o'clock this morning. That is when our extreme heat warning goes into effect. Notice your actual air temperature gets up to 104 degrees at 5 o'clock. That's the air temperature. When you factor in that humidity, it's going to feel like 116 degrees. Plenty of humidity out there, plenty of tropical moisture. Not out of the question to see an isolated thunderstorm this evening, but the rain potential is low for today, 20%. Its highest for tomorrow and early Friday, a 30% chance for those scattered downpours from Bertha. And then the rest of the 7-day quiets down. Those temperatures still hot, though, in the upper 90s through the weekend into next week, Jen.
I mean, just summer sizzle. I continue to say that, Kim.
That's for sure.